So we're going to discuss a little bit more in-depth details how the Oracle BI Mobile comes into picture of Oracle BI Foundation Suite, how the tool itself is really helpful for the business users, the way they want to create the reports or consume the reports in their own mobile devices or the organization's devices. So if you could go to the next slide, please. So Oracle BI Mobile HD, what is Oracle BI Mobile, right? So Oracle BI Mobile BI is the tool that helps access the same reports that were built to be accessible via a dashboard or a report or a browser or from a PC or from an Excel plugin. All of the reports that you developed or the developers have developed or the business users have developed, be able to access them in mobile devices. What are these mobile devices, right? So a lot of the organizations have a standard devices which are iOS or Android or platform independent. So Oracle BI has come up with an Oracle BI Mobile App Designer, which is a tool which will help the users to create the reports or apps pages irrespective of the mobile platform as well. But Oracle also has come up with Oracle BI Mobile HD app in the iOS store, which is specific to Apple devices, the iOS platform, so that all of the reports that are built could be easily accessible without any further development that is needed. So a lot of times what happens is when the business is ready to access the data or reports in a mobile devices, you often have to build the reports or build the applications in a mobile devices separately for an organization specifically. So Oracle has taken all of the development part out of your implementation lifecycle, and it has given you a ready toolkit which could be used as a plug-and play, so that you get started, jump start on it, and then build on top of what you got from a basic app toolkit standpoint. So if you go to the next slide. Mobile Oracle BI Mobile as a security toolkit, it delivers an unpackaged and unsigned version of Oracle BI HD application, so that it could be really customized, and all the security that you have based for your organizations could be really implemented. A lot of organizations have their own security protocols, layers, and because of the way that the packaged solution works is, it helps the organizations to customize and make sure that each user can also bring their own devices, mobile devices, and the security can be implemented on top of their devices so that the data is very secure, and the security works in the same way as the user accesses the reports via their mobile or the browser applications. So this provides a lot of flexibility for the organizations to be able to deliver the reports that the user wants in a way that the user needs them. Put the next slide, please. So what is Mobile App Designer? So Mobile App Designer is a toolkit that comes after you implement it, install and set up. It helps the users to develop reports or apps in the app terminology. In the mobile terminology, everything is an app, right? So it helps the users to develop the app itself. Like they can develop, like a financial team can start building their own apps and deploy their apps, organization-specific apps or their department-specific apps separately, so that they are very secure and accessible only to those group or those department users. And it is not like you are dependent on an IT to really do this kind of development for you. Otherwise, it takes a lot of time and energy from an IT in the earlier phases of mobile BI, where if any organization wanted any BI solution to be having to be able to access those reports on a mobile, it used to take a long life cycle where the app needs to be built, and there is a lot of coding that used to be required. But now with the Mobile App Designer, all the framework is already been developed by Oracle, and it is very user friendly for the end users by themselves can create and deploy those reports in your environment. Put the next slide. And what is Mobile App Designer? We just briefly talked about it, right? So it is very easy to create and delightful to use. The reason why we say it's delightful to use is the way when you are using any mobile app, or any application on your mobile or a tablet, it should be more app friendly or mobile friendly. So the commands and the way that you use it is very delightful to be able to see that your touch, the application should be able to respond to your touch, your clicks, and so on. So, and the other thing is the available on any device. So when you develop any app or any report or any dashboard in an app, mobile app designer, it is platform independent. So you could use that same developed application or app that could be used on any platform with a small, simple QR scanner. You just scan the code and you log in and you see the report, So it's very easy to really create, and and there are a lot of graphical options that are available for you to make it more intuitive to the user and make it more interactive, like kind of drill downs that you could build on it. And the best part is it can be done in any other device. That's the flexibility that has been long lasting due from Oracle. To the next slide. So how easy it is to create, right? So when you have your Oracle BI environment, like the platform, so when we are talking about Oracle BI mobile app designer, it is assumed that organizations already have Oracle BI in place, okay? So the platform is a must to have. So you need to have Oracle BI Enterprise Edition platform in your organization setup before you even start using Oracle BI mobile app designer. Once you have that, then it is just a matter of how a lot of users use ad hoc analysis in Oracle BI Intelligence, which is using analysis editor. The same way, the users can start creating the reports in a mobile app designer environment. They just need a little bit of training, but once they are done, they are very equipped and they are self-sufficient. There is no code that the user is writing. Everything is written already. All the users are going to do is drag and drop and select the different images, visual graphs, the layout that they want to see their data in, and the kind of view that they want to see the data in. So it's very user-friendly. Once you train the users who are already proficient in Oracle Analysis Editor, this will be very easy for them to create. Go to the next slide. So how delightful it is to use, right? As we all know that when you are accessing anything on a PC or a browser, you have to move your mouse a lot and you have to click here and there, right? Versus when you're accessing anything in a mobile device, you want to make sure that when you touch, when you swipe, so those commands are really useful when you're producing or any content in your mobile app designer or mobile app devices. So this app designer will provide exactly the same features and touch capabilities or swipe app capabilities or interactiveness that it provides is exactly the same way that you access any other application that is built out there in your mobile devices. So in that sense, there is really not a lot of training or anything that is required to use it. It's very interactive. The user can, by logging into the application itself, they will know that, okay, when they open the app, everything is very interactive. You're going to see a lot of it on the demo that Naveen is going to provide. And many a times, like you could have a real-time data analytics also built and consumed it via mobile devices. So the data that you're looking on your mobile is just quite real-time. Obviously, you need to build that semantic layer in the real-time world. With the next slide. And available on any device, right? So once you build any app or any pages or any dashboards using the mobile app designer, those are really useful for you to be able to deploy on any kind of a platform of a mobile device. So it's platform independent. That way, it helps you to really develop the reports without keeping in mind that, oh, okay, in my organization, what kind of devices that customers use or the business users use. You don't have to really think a lot about what kind of devices that your business users are going to bring in to consume these reports on. So these are very deployable on and very easily deployable on any devices with a touch of a screen and scanning a code. It's so simple to really deploy it on mobile devices.